So it's no secret that the up-and-coming, long-awaited BioMutant RPG has been delayed. So the game was originally announced in 2017 with a 2018 release date. It then got rescheduled again for 2019. But something interesting happened recently. Then the company did a financial report, which happened in November, late 2019, with a further delay on this game. So in this report, they actually say the highly anticipated BioMutant is in the final stages of polishing at our studio, Experiment 101. I expect the release date to be announced as soon as they are confident about achieving their high ambitions. So even though this is a delay, it's quite optimistic. So jumping forward from late last year, just 5 days ago, the official BioMutant Twitter page put out a public statement, and it goes on to say the following. We know many of you are wondering if the game is still in development. Let us assure you, we've never been working harder and more focused on it than now. We are doing everything we can to make this the best game all of us have ever worked on, and that it will be as entertaining and great as we can possibly make it. They also say, we can only hope for your continuous support, patience, as we complete the final stages of its development. As some of you might understand or know, the work involved in finishing a game is long, challenging, and unpredictable. The sheer magnitude, size, and length of BioMutant adds to said efforts. We will reveal the release date as soon as everyone at our studio feels confident about hitting that date and that the game is ready for it. Again, thank you for your understanding and for your continued support and enthusiasm for our game. From us at Experiment 101. So a few things to take note here. This almost identically mimics the financial report from November in 2019. Now, if you remember in that report, they clearly said that they're working on the final stages of the polish, which is the final stages of this game's development, but they're also very careful not to announce a release date as well. So they didn't say, and we expect the game to release in 2020. Again, they mimic what it says in the report. We will reveal the release date as soon as everyone at our studio feels confident about hitting that date. So there's two ways to think about this. Yeah, it sucks that it's going to be delayed, but then the obvious, just take your time, make sure the game's great. In 2019, we had way too many games that got released that were just not done. Even platforms and services like Google Stadia and stuff like that should have had more time in beta. I also wanted to just let you know why games do get delayed during this phase. Anyway, just to give you some understanding, usually there's lots of different things. So they're saying polish, like they mentioned. Polish can mean lots of different things, from bugs to just missing animations and all that kind of stuff. But there are a couple of other things as well. For example, we've got the PlayStation 5 coming out very soon as well. Now, I have a hunch that when they started developing BioMutant, they did not have the PlayStation 5 developer kit, but the developers getting it way in advance. They might have missed out on this. So one of the things they might be working on right now is making this game for the PlayStation 5. It's also important to note that PlayStation 5 is offering reverse compatibility. So even if they did make this game just for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 will still be able to run that game. It's just not using the full potential of the PlayStation 5 if they were to go ahead and make that happen. So that's one of the reasons why this game could be delayed as well. This could be a delay on like licensing deals. Just seeing the struggles with NVIDIA's now live streaming services with all these companies pulling out. Could be licensing agreement. There are so many branches with different companies that want to get access to your game when you do first bring that out. So it could be something as small as that. And lastly, it could even be localization. Okay, so maybe they decided to distribute the game to a few more countries than they thought. So they need to get a couple more people in the studio to convert the English into South Korean, German, whatever language that they choose. And I'm also very aware that this game does not have a lot of dialogue. It's kind of a documentary theme. They've got a narrator going through it all, but obviously there's more language in this game than just dialogue, for example, the text used. So that gives you a little bit of an idea on how these small things don't get put into game development road plans that do catch up and bottleneck towards the end, towards the release of a game, because you know, some studios forget about all this kind of stuff. So if you never heard about this game before, or maybe it's been, you know, maybe you heard about it in 2017, let me just quickly fill you in with all of the information that we now know the game has up to this point anyway. So it's post-apocalyptic. The combat is, you know, heavily kung fu influenced, as you probably know or not. There's no dialogue, as I previously mentioned. They've got a narrator which seems to capture the mood and speak on behalf of all of the other players in this game. This is a really awesome way of saving money while still having that narrative. I'm not sure they chose to do it just to save money, but this is a really good way of saving money on voice acting and, you know, mixing and mastering the audio afterwards. So they've got this really cool visualization for the stat system. So for example, if you put more points into speed, your body gets slimmer. If you put more points into intellect or intelligence, your head gets bigger, you get a 5 head. There's 2 combat styles as well. You mutate as the game goes on. So you get these abilities such as Psy, short for Psychic, which gives you stuns, knockarounds, and things like that. And then you've got your general combat with items as well. They've got a really cool crafting system. You can pick up junk off the ground and make your own weapons. Awesome. It was super exciting to me. And lastly, a little bit of replayability as well. You know, this is an RPG experience, but there's a karma system in the game as well. So it's self-explanatory. If you're a good boy in the game or you want to play as a villain, there are several different endings that you can pull out of this game. Overall, I think everyone is really hyped about this game. And as soon as the team is confident to announce a release date, I'll be sure to let you know. Thanks for watching and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the video, and I'll have some more updates about gaming that I find interesting. See you guys.